You are somebody who feels like you need to pivot, or you feel frustrated, you feel stuck, or I felt like my back was a little bit against the wall, so what else am I gonna do, right? If you've never done corporate before, it is a culture shock. Hello, welcome to LahLah Land. My name is LahLah. Thank you for joining me here today. If you are new here, I've recently transitioned into a new career, and this video is about why I think my journey might be a useful resource to you if you are somebody who feels like you need to pivot, or you feel frustrated, you feel stuck, or you just want somebody to look to. I'm taking out all the fluff. I'm leaving the messiness inside. I'm giving you the raw. I knew that when I was still trying to connect the dots, and I've said this previously, is that I was looking for somebody like myself who is maybe mature, a mother, a wife, somebody who has experienced life and wanting to do something different. I'm now in a corporate role. If you've never done corporate before, it is a culture shock. For some people who come straight out of school into their first role and it becomes corporate, that's all they know. That's the culture that they become used to. But when it is a culture that you are not familiar with and you are thrown into the deep end, it's a learning curve. Now, the reason why I've called this, the reason why I've called it LahLah Land is during my transition, when I was trying to connect the dots, I was speaking to people who had like 10 years deep in the game. A lot of the time I was getting, "Oh, you're so courageous. I admire your courage." I have expressed before that I felt like my back was a little bit against the wall, so what else am I gonna do, right? I call this channel LahLah Land because I felt like a lot of the feedback I was getting at the time was, "You are being very delusional. Look at your circumstances. Look at the background that you come from. Look at the situation that you're in. Why do you think that you can achieve this thing?" At the time, I felt like I've had bigger dreams. I've had much bigger ambitions. So this is not the biggest of dreams. And maybe because this is the first time that I had seeked outward for help and assistance and gotten feedback quite direct, whereas with my previous goals, dreams and ambitions, I would tell a very close circle of trust. So when people were giving me advice and telling me, encouraging me, it felt like they were saying I'm doing more than I think that I can achieve. So I figured, clearly I must be delusional in my mindset. So hence LahLah Land. On top of that, my name is LahLah, and the first two letters of my name is Lah, L-A, right? I just put the H because why not? I want to continue to remind anybody who is watching, keep going and figure it out. Now we have even greater tools like AI, which can help us to put systems in place. Don't be discouraged by what naysayers may say, especially if you've had a lot of rejections in the past. I think I am somebody that can attest to having thousands of rejections, sometimes even not even a response, and I've still kept going. And especially with like having come from a design background, a creative background, a lot of people would not expect me to be doing what I'm doing now. If I had asked myself 6-7 years ago, do you think this is where you would find yourself? Absolutely not, but I would definitely be impressed. So here I am, fast forward, and I don't think that it is at all as glamorous as people make out. It is very regular. I guess, yes, the role itself, depending on what you're doing, is different. The hustle and bustle of, a vibrant city like London, it's not unique to any other city around the world. I've worked in a lot of industries that people have considered to be glamorous. To get to that point, the grind is grinding. Your girl gets a pension now, and these are the type of discussions that I want to be having. Pensions are important. That's just a little bit of an insight as to why you should stick around. I think I send these videos out as a reminder every now and then. So yeah, stick around, and until the next one, bye.